30 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's Anish. I'm joined with Roman, and today we're going to be doing our first mock draft since the Deshaun Watson trade, and now we have the 13th pick in the NFL draft. It's a very interesting position. There's so many possibilities to do with it. I'm pretty excited to see who we draft there. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. And in recent news in the NFL world, Matt Ryan got traded to the Colts. So it's likely that the Falcons could go quarterback, also the Panthers, but in this simulation, it may not do that. But I feel like in every year, there's always like at least like 2 to 3 quarterbacks taken. So like I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, there's not going to be a quarterback taken in the first round. I highly doubt that. Even in weak quarterback classes, there's always someone taken. So that's my thought. Do you have any thoughts on that, Roman?
Yeah, there's most definitely going to be at least one quarterback even taken in the top 10, in my opinion, whether it be Willis, whether it be Pickett. I know teams are probably going to be concerned about his hand size. But, I mean, in a weak quarterback class with a bunch of teams needing quarterback, it's kind of hard just to avoid it because it's a weak class. Like, eventually you're just going to have to take one and hope for the best. And, yeah, I agree with you. There's probably going to be like around maybe, in my opinion, it's going to be like maybe 3 quarterbacks taken. Willis, Corral, and maybe Pickett or Howell, one of those two. But yeah, there's most definitely gonna be some quarterbacks taken the first.
Yeah, I mean, and us monitoring like the quarterback hype is pretty important to us because that means there's going to be more prospects available at 13. But anyways, let's just go ahead and start the mock draft without further ado. Let's just go ahead and do 3 rounds. We have 5 picks in the top 80, a really great place to be in. So to start off the bat, Aiden Hutchinson and Kyle Hamilton go 1 and 2. I'm not going to say I'm surprised because I mean that's what a lot of people are predicting now. But Roman, where would you go at pick number 3?
Number 3, I'll probably go Kayvon Thibodeau. He was the consensus number 1 pick for a while, and then just a lot of negative stuff around his name popped up, like it does every year for a player. Like this year, it seems like Kayvon Thibodeau is the one targeted for kind of just to be talked about. Oh, his motor isn't there. Oh, his work effort isn't there. But I mean, Kayvon Thibodeau is everything you want in the edge type of prospect. He has the power, he has the speed, and the work ethic thing is completely not true. You see him always working out pretty much on a daily basis. He does like 2 workouts a day. There's a bunch of good stuff coming out of Oregon, where he's a hard work. I don't buy into any of that stuff that like all the negative stuff around him right now that's gonna probably or possibly make him fall. I'm not really buying into that. So yeah, I'll go Kayvon right here.
Yeah, and he even like a lot of people are like off on him, especially Texas fans, because he said he's like Clowney 2.0, but he said like he wants to be kind of like better than that, and what he wants to like be a developed pass rusher, something that Clowney wasn't. So that's what Thibodeau said, but like part of the quote got cut off, so that's why a lot of people jump to conclusions. And it kind of annoys me when I watch like other people's mock drafts in which they take Evan Neal at number 3. I don't know why that pisses me off so much, but it does because we already have Titus at right tackle and Tunsil at left tackle. And like I know Neal can play guard, but just like why take them at pick number 3? I feel might as well just go with arguably the best edge in the draft class at Thibodeau. So let's just go ahead and get Thibodeau. And I know Iquanu does play guard too, probably better at guard than tackle, but even then it's just like, I don't know. So after we took Thibodeau, it looks like Evan Neal went 4th and Kevin Iquanu went 5th. I think that's what happens in the draft, like them going interchangeably. Charles Cross goes at 6. I would think the Panthers might take a shot at QB there, but who knows? And then Daxton Hill, that's a pretty surprising name to see at number 7. I don't know what the Draft Network is on, but we'll just go with that. Walker goes 8, Stingley goes 9, Gardner goes 10. And I think that's the unfortunate spot of being in the pick 13 spot is like we're gonna miss out on Sauce and Stingley. And definitely some of the edges if we do like get Hamilton at 3. So at 13, there's a lot of interesting options, but what are you thinking here, Roman?
Yeah. Just 2 picks before this, my guy Jameson Williams doing. I was hoping he would last here, but I guess not. But right here at 13, two names are really, I guess, eye popping to me. Andrew Booth Jr., cornerback from Clemson. He would really be a good scheme fit. He can fit into almost any scheme. He has solid size, all of that. And then the other guy is Garrett Wilson, wide receiver. And we've all seen the type of impact wide receivers have had all over the NFL, especially young wide receivers. Like we've seen Jamar Chase, we've seen Justin Jefferson, we've seen CeeDee Lamb. Of course, we've seen Deebo Samuel, where the 49ers offense basically ran through him. So we see how important wide receivers are. And I mean, getting one right here that could really help Mills develop, help Mills give him an extra option along with Cooks. Of course, you got Nico Collins as well, Brevin Jordan. But giving him another receiving threat, I don't feel like would be the worst either. But for right now, I think one of those two options would probably be the best.
Yeah, the way I look at it is just like trying to get players that are the best at their position. I mean, if you go with Booth, you get like the fourth or like what it seems like the fourth best corner. Whereas Wilson, he's arguably the first best wide receiver. And like he can easily be a wide receiver one for us. And just like I don't know, it's like really hard. And then you can also argue going inside the line, getting Linderbaum or Zion Johnson or Kenyon Green at 13, but the second two names seem like a little bit of a reach at 13. Maybe we trade back for them. And honestly, Nick Cassero can very well do that. But I'm just super intrigued by Garrett Wilson, man. Like getting a wide receiver at the spot, building around Mills. I mean, there's wide receivers in next year's draft class, and there's a lot of depth in this draft class. So it's just a tough choice right here, man. Like I'm conflicted. Like I don't know what, and a lot of people are saying Jordan Davis too. But honestly, like with Malik Collins, I mean, honestly, I know like Malik Collins, the free like a person who was brought in as a free agent shouldn't be someone who stops you from like taking like a generational prospect. And Jordan Davis, whose like size is insane in athleticism, but I don't know. And then you also have Roy Lopez, who performed way above his value. So I feel like I know you shouldn't draft for need and everything, but I feel like Jordan Davis is just it would be not like I wouldn't be mad at the selection if we did get him, but I don't know if we should get him.
Oh yeah, Jordan Davis. Honestly, I feel like he would kind of mess up Roy Lopez development. I mean, of course, Jordan Davis. He put on a stellar combine. Of course, as you said, he's a generational type of defensive tackle. Well, I think he ran like a very, very high or low 4.8, 4.9, something like that. So very, very fast for his size. You could just plug him up the middle and feel very comfortable with that D line. You have Kayvon, you have Jordan Davis, Jonathan Grenard. Of course, you got a rotation with Millie Collins and then Roy Lopez. But with taking Kayvon Thibodeau at number 3, I feel like double dipping on the D line maybe be a little bit too much. I mean, as a rebuilding team, you can never get enough of one position. But in a sense, like, I don't know.
No, I agree. Yeah, double dipping on D line, like obviously it seems like a bit like I feel like we can use that position on like a skill position. Like, yeah, so I mean Garrett Wilson, I know a lot of people we made a video earlier. Should the Texans try to draft a wide receiver in the first round? And a lot of the comments are like, no, don't do it. But that was before we got 2 first round picks. But now I want to know if y'all would still feel that way. But yeah, I think getting Garrett Wilson, a shifty guy, precise route runner, a big playmaker, I think he will change your offense in like crazy. Like it's gonna be crazy. So if we want to build around Mills, I think I'm gonna say Garrett Wilson's the choice here, and we'll see what the comment section says. But I think it's a fine pick. I know Browns fans are looking at wide receiver there too, so it's kind of funny how it doesn't really change because they were going to draft Garrett Wilson too. So, well then, yeah. All right, so at pick 37, wow, there's a lot. Okay, Nakobe Dean's available, Kevin Lloyd's available. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. This is really interesting.
Yeah, so you got arguably the 2 best linebackers of the class falling to 37 with Nakobe Dean and Devin Lloyd. Very surprising, actually. I feel like both of them are probably going to go in the first, but if we're sitting here at 37 and both of them are here, like you can't go wrong with either one of them. Both, I know there's concerns about Nakobe Dean's height and whatnot, but he plays bigger than what he really is. I think he's listed as like a very, very tall 5'11", I don't know exactly what he's listed, but he plays taller and bigger than what he really is. What is he listed? 5'11"? Yeah. He plays like he's bigger than that. But I feel like Devin Lloyd, he can be like our type of Devin White. You know how the Bucks use Devin White as that, I guess, the commander of their defense, able to stop the run, able to play the pass, solid coverage skills, not the fastest, but pretty athletic for the type of player he is. I feel like Devin Lloyd would really match that type of skill set, especially in a Tampa 2, where we need our linebackers to be able to cover. But then at the same time, like we just re-signed Kirksey. We just who did we sign? We signed that Lions guy. We re-signed Kamu. So, but I mean, getting another linebacker for the future is like a necessity, especially when all of our linebackers are what I think like 27 and up. I think the youngest is the Lions guy. So yeah, getting one of those two would really help booster this defense.
No, and also the Lions guy, Jalen Reeves, maybe, and I believe he's also like 27 or something. So definitely like need some youth in the linebacker room, especially since it plays such a big role in Tampa too. So yeah, I just like who to get. I think Devin Lloyd's the pick here. I know it's like Nakobe Dean's just like on that Georgia national championship defense, but Devin Lloyd, I feel like he has better measurables than Dean. And he's both great prospects. So since they fell here, at first I wasn't planning to target linebacker at this position. I was thinking maybe cornerback, or like safety, and I was hoping Jaquan Brisker actually would fall to 37. A shame that he went 35 because then we would address like the secondary that way. But honestly, you just go best pick available here, and like all Dean and Lloyd, it's like your choice, whoever one you like prefer. So we'll just go with Lloyd here. But so far our draft is looking stellar, getting Thibodeau, Wilson, Lloyd, all guys who are arguably the best at their position. So yeah, this draft is looking really good so far. So at 68, let's see who's available. So you have John Mechie available. So in hindsight, you might say like, oh, why we go wide receiver? We could have got Mechie here. And I mean, if he's best pick available, nothing's stopping you, honestly. But here I would look at like Darren Kennard, possibly get some inside online help.
Oh yeah, Darren Kennard, very intriguing name. We really need interior offensive linemen, especially left guard, right guard. I know we signed the guy from Jacksonville. What is his name? I think Ken.
Yeah, AJ.
Yeah. We signed him, but he's not gonna stop you at all from drafting an interior offensive lineman. I think he's like pushing 30 or 30 is 30. And Darren Kennard, very underrated guard. His name kind of got, I guess, floated into the mix of all of the Kenyon Greens of the world, the Zion Johnsons. So let Darren Kennard fall a little bit. And for me, he's probably like maybe fourth best guard in the class, like around fourth, fifth. So getting him right here, what pick is it? 67, I think. Getting him right here would be a very, I guess, very good pick. Interior offensive lineman that could probably start day one, be a building block for the future of the offensive line with Lerman Tunsil and the tight ends. So yeah, getting Darren Kennard right here would be very good. Pick 68, actually, not 68.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that Max Sharping didn't pan out, and then we do have Justin Britt, but honestly, he's a veteran dude. AJ Can's also a veteran. So yeah, I think Darren Kennard would definitely be a much needed addition to this team. So let's just go ahead and add in. So yeah, and then we have one last pick here in the third round. At pick 80. There's a lot of interesting names here. Let's see. A lot of tight ends, it seems like. Here, I could possibly see us taking a shot at running back because the Texans do want to run the ball, but at the same time, we haven't addressed the secondary. But like I said earlier, best pick available is probably the Texans' main strategy here. But just like there's just like some names like you just want to see on your teams like that are too good to pass up. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really see that many guys that would help boost the secondary, at least at this pick, 80. It's nobody worth it. If we were to go tight end, I would go probably Jalen Wademeyer right there. Very athletic tight end. I wouldn't say the best blocker by any means, but he's a willing blocker. So if the guy is at least willing to block, he can most certainly learn. But as you said, running back, click on the running back positions to see who else. There's James Cook and then Brian Robinson.
Tyler Beatty. I guess I would really love James Cook. He's a great athlete. Um,
And he kind of fits that Patriots type of style, like that smaller type of running back that can catch it out the backfield. I mean, now, of course, they're trying to go a little bit bigger, heavier. They got Damian Harris. I think they brought Leonard Fournette in for visits. So now they're trying to get more big bruiser running backs. But before, when Nick Casario was over there, that guys like James White, who could catch out the backfield. Sonny Michel, he could somewhat catch it out the backfield. So, like, he's that type of running back, I would think. Like,
yeah, and like there are some interesting names like in free agency for secondary, like Elliott, I believe on the Ravens. Roman, do you want to talk more about him?
oh, yeah, Deshaun Elliott, he's still very young. Excuse me, he's still very young. He's age 24. He can play free safety, strong safety. He can cover. He's not really, I guess, mastered at one particular thing. He can pretty much do it all at like a solid enough level. As I said, he's still very young. He was a former 6th-round pick, actually. I didn't really expect him in that draft to fall to the 6th round. I think it was the same draft that Justin Reed was in. Justin Reed went in the 3rd. He went in the 6th. So getting a guy like that, getting another young guy. I know we just signed MJ Stewart. We re-signed Eric Murray. But just getting guys into the building, no matter what position is, no matter what the fit is, like figure out fit later, just get talent into the building. And I feel like Deshaun Elliott, who could really help, I guess, the secondary, especially that we really didn't get any in this draft. So like if this type of draft would happen, he would really help boost the secondary. And if we wanted to, Eric Murray played a little bit of corner, played a little bit slot last year and the year before he was here. So I mean, if you want an extra safety position, get Elliott and move Murray to like slot or something.
Yeah, the Texans kind of did try to address like the secondary by re-signing guys like King, like you said, MJ Stewart. And then we still have Tavir Thomas still on contract. So you still have some decent guys back there. Not like you have like some nobodies. But yeah, I think if we were to do a 4th round, I would definitely try to target Kirby Joseph. He's been a very popular name in the Texan draft community, mainly because of his connection to Lovie Smith. And he's also a very great player. So if we were to have a 4th round in this mock, I would definitely try to hope and pray that Kirby Joseph makes it there, and that's how I would address the secondary. So I think James Cook really intrigues me here. Probably could target running back later on, but I feel like 3rd round is a nice spot for running back, and running back could like easily go earlier. Like I think it seems like Kenneth Walker is already taken already. So at pick 64, and I think what is it? Brees Hall, was he taken already?
I think we were like 60.
Oh yeah, look at
Yeah.
57. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of mocks where those two have been falling all the way to like 68 or 80. But getting James Cook here would be a great get. So let's just go ahead and get him. And so far, I would really love this mock. Like if this was our haul, like this would be incredible. Getting like all these guys, it's just like I'm a loss for words right now. So but yeah, I mean, this is how like getting 2 1st round picks is just otherworldly, you know. Like it's I mean, I know Nick Casario can definitely like trade down. I've seen some things where people said like if the Giants wanna jump the Jets selecting like their franchise tackle, the Texans could move from there, or from 13 if teams want like a quarterback or something. 13 would still be a good spot. And the Texans should definitely try to trade out of 13. Like even though we did get like a top wide receiver here, probably getting more picks would be best for building this team. So if we were to get like somewhere into like maybe the late teens, get another second, that would probably be ideal. And then maybe we can address the secondary there. There's just so many things we could do.
Oh yeah, speaking just from this specific draft standpoint, as you said earlier on in the video, we get probably the best player at their respective positions, or at least somewhat. Some people call them the best players at their respective positions. Of course, Kayvon Thibodeau, you can say Aiden is better or whatnot, but for me, Kayvon's better than Aiden. So we get basically the best players at their respective positions for the first 3 picks, and Kayvon Thibodeau, Garrett Wilson, and Devin Lloyd, and that's huge. We get the best linebacker in the class, arguably the best receiver, and arguably the best defensive lineman. So yeah, that's very huge adding on to this team. Getting like those type of players on this team, helping build around them, build around Davis Mills, Garrett Wilson, and whatnot. But yeah, very, very great draft. Of course, we get some interior offensive lineman help with Darian Kennard, and we get a running back with James Cook. Very stellar draft, in my opinion.
Yeah, and let us know how we did in the comment section below. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you for watching. Peace.